Another youngster heading out the door at West Ham. Ben Johnson is an interesting topic of conversation. Now, listen, Ben Johnson has been linked to heading out the door for West Ham for a long time. Apparently, West Ham have been offering him contract after contract extension, and he is not and has had no interest in signing it. Apparently, there's a difference in what he is looking for compared to what West Ham are willing to pay the young player, who, of course, is very young, 23 years old, young England under-21 international, and has got a bit of a decent record under his belt as well. And there are rumours stating that he is potentially in discussions with Rangers, Leeds United, and even Southampton, potentially to try and take him on a permanent fee. Now, he is out of contract at West Ham come the summer, but West Ham, if he is not going to be signing a contract, will be looking to agree as much of a fee and would like to bring in some money for the youngster as well, if they can. David Moyes has previously said that they have tried to negotiate a contract for Ben Johnson, try and keep him at the club. And they'll be keen to keep him at the club. You know, he's a versatile defender. He's been there. He's an academy prospect. And, of course, he's been, in my opinion, pivotal during the season before last, when we were in the Europa League and got to the semi-finals. He was part of the team that helped us get us there. He was part of the team on that journey as well. But the problem for me came when we were looking for the versatility and played him consistently in many different positions at West Ham. What I mean by that is he didn't just play as a right back. He didn't just play as a left back. He didn't play just as a centre half. He played in all of those positions. He played as a centre half in a back four. He played as a centre half in a back three. And I think really what happened there was that he lost his consistency and he never performed at the levels that we expected him to do. So therefore, he then fell out of favour. West Ham then went into the market, brought in some more players to cover the squad, and then he found himself out of the team, and he's not featured nowhere near enough for someone his age. So there will be an element of him that's want to establish himself as a first team player, will want to go and get a career in football. So part of me understands why he would want to leave West Ham, but also the other part of me, when he comes from West Ham, he comes from the area, you know, he's born and bred into the club, that why he wouldn't want to commit to the club. And if it does stem on finances, then there is no ifs or buts about it. It will be disappointing. And if West Ham think that we really have no way of convincing him to stay, then you may turn around to me and say, why are we selling him in January when we've already got rid of Thilo Kehrer, who's gone, of course, to Monaco on loan? And it really only just leaves us Vladimir Coufal, who is aging and legs have kind of gone a little bit. And Johnson, who's featured over a couple of games in the last couple of weeks, I think has performed really well. But if he's not going to sign a contract, then West Ham are well within their rights to try and protect their asset and try and generate some form of income if they can. And are we building our finances to go and invest those finances when we so desperately need? Maybe we have enough cover in the West Ham's mindset. Maybe we've got enough in Vladimir Coufal. Maybe we've got enough in Aaron Creswell, in Emerson, in Mavropanos, in Obona, Zuma, and of course Agerd when he comes back. Maybe they think, do you know what, we're going to go all out for our defence options come the summer and happily take the hit now for Ben Johnson and bring in some money when we're going to definitely lose him in the summer for free if he's not going to sign the contract. It's an interesting one, and maybe it's down to the conversation of where do West Ham see the priority this winter? Can we generate some finances to invest that money into much needed places in the team and the squad, because we do know we need it. In my opinion, we do need to look at the defence, but maybe West Ham don't see that as a priority, but just see generating some form of income for a player like Ben Johnson. Options he's got, apparently, according to reports, are Leeds United in the Championship. Obviously, they've just got rid of a few players, and Ayling is heading out the door at Leeds as well, so they'll be looking to recruit someone, and maybe Ben Johnson may drop down to the Championship, seeing the vision might be that they could get promoted back up to the Premier League. But would Ben Johnson want to drop down the standards? Would he, and is he good enough to play in the Premier League? And in my opinion, I think he is. I actually still think he's good enough to have a career at West Ham. But if it's money defining, then so be it. We've got to cut our losses when we can. So Leeds United is an option if he wants to go down to the Championship and have a battle to try and come up to the Premier League, then so be it. Then you've got another club like Southampton doing the same. Maybe West Ham could use Ben Johnson as part of negotiations if we're looking at some of their players. Rumours are that we are potentially sniffing around a few players. I mean, if you look at Leeds, Gnotto's been linked to us before in the past, and then if you look at Southampton, you're hearing little snippets, and I'm not saying there's any truth in it, but Shea Adams may fit some form of mould at West Ham. You could do a double deal, Ben Johnson, Danny Ings, if Danny Ings is willing to drop down to Southampton, and maybe look at doing a deal with Shea Adams. Who knows? That could be an option as well. And then finally, you've got Glasgow Rangers, club in Scotland, play European football every week, and that could be a really strong option for Ben Johnson. And people may turn around and say Ben Johnson's above that level, but you look at other players in the past like Jack Buckland, who's gone and become a bit of a kind of hero for the Rangers fans as well, up in Scotland. So we don't know what's going to happen with Ben Johnson, but it could be another young West Ham player heading out the door, another academy prospect, another academy football graduate heading out the door at West Ham. What do you think? Leave your comments in the comment section, as we will be back over the next couple of days as we prepare for Bristol City replay, and we've got lots more news to bring to you over the coming days as well. So stay tuned. If you're new around here, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, and of course, come on,